would be too, but that's what I was saying yesterday. Everybody's personality is different, and everybody takes on things different, and so I think you can handle it. But there is some people in the room that they have another active full-time job. They're actually taking off work to take my classes, like vacation days and PTO and stuff. And I kind of wanted to put it out there because I know that would have been a lot.
There's Alice talking.
Monday and Tuesday.
Does Alice do anything?
All right, it is 12:59.
Zoom's good.
Let's get started. So how many do we have on Zoom?
Right now, 5.
Hi, I'm Alice. This is the Business Planning Clinic with the MREA. And just to get started, if everybody can introduce yourself, if everybody on Zoom can come off mute, so we know who you are, and y'all go first. Might have to call them, I can't see them.
Michelle.
Yes, ma'am. Hello.
You just say, Michelle, say your name, where you work out of, and how long you've been in real estate.
My name is Michelle Vandergriff. I am at the Smith Mountain Lake office, and I've been in real estate 8 years.
Awesome.
Jesse Keeble.
Jesse?
Come back to her.
All
Jennifer
right.
Roach.
Jennifer?
Hi, I'm Jennifer. I work at the Smith Mountain Lake office, and I've been in real estate for less than a year.
Okay.
Kathy Lawson.
Kathy?
I'm at the Forest office. I've been in real estate for, this was my anniversary month, so 1 year.
Yay!
Awesome. Who's next?
And Frederica and Roanoke is on.
Hi, Frederica.
Hello, darling. Cassandra Clark and I are here live and in person, and we're just trying to get our video to get going.
All right, sounds good.
Hey, Fred. Hey, Frederica.
I was getting ready to text you and be like, nanny, boo, boo.
Love you.
Love you, Michelle. So I've been with Keller Williams since March of 2020 as a team leader, and Cassandra is our prestigious market center tech trainer and agent services and all the things. And she joined us in December of 2020.
Awesome.
That's our story, and we're sticking to it.
Okay, and who's next, Shalaya? Okay, George?
George Upton. I am out of the Lynchburg office. I've been in real estate as a agent for less than a month.
Right.
And that's about it.
Okay, Travis?
Travis Hunt. I am out of this office here in Lynchburg, and I have been doing this since February or March of 21.
Awesome. Jennifer?
I'm Jennifer Pack. I just started in real estate, so I'm still awaiting the great department of realtors to give me my license, but I'm excited to begin.
Good.
Riley Hall. I work out of this office as well, and I've been here for, I guess, a couple of weeks because my license came back a couple of weeks ago. So.
Yay.
I'm Tyler Miles. I'll probably be at the Smith Mountain Lake office, and I just got my license Monday, so.
Awesome.
Congratulations.
All right, guys. So there's a business planning clinic pre-work. Obviously, some people just got it today. So your homework would be, this is for you guys, just to let you know. You want to fill that out because those are your numbers. And it will help you by the end of the course really devise your business plan based on these numbers, okay? So let's get started. We had handed out a business planning clinic course schedule. That is going to be all of your dates and who is teaching what class, who your instructor will be. You will note on the Zoom people, I love you to death, but please carve out Tuesday, August 24th from 11 to 2. That is the week of Mega Camp. Many of y'all are registered, and that is the day that Gary Keller has the floor himself from 11 to 2 would be Eastern Standard Time, and he's going to be live from 10 to 1. So it's 11 to 2. If you come here, we're going to pause our business planning that day. We're going to go live on the screen, and we're going to have pizza and soda and water and some refreshments, and we are going to dive into Gary Keller. So we would like the Zoom participants to come in person on that day. Hopefully that's enough notice for y'all to, you know, design a carpool if you're at the lake or what have you. But we'd really, even you guys in Roanoke, please, we would love to have you in person. Okay? All right. So, all right, where am I going? The goals of this course is to understand the power of the 5 fundamental business models of the millionaire real estate agent and recognize that the 5 models are interconnected for the important role of planning, checking on, and projecting your business. You're going to also create a custom plan for your business, whether you are new to real estate or a seasoned professional. Okay, an initiated plan of execution through accountability with a peer partner, productivity coach, team leader, that would be me or Francesca in Roanoke, or your MCA. So your 3 learning goals, 3 things that I want to understand by the end of this training are, you would put those 3 right there for your learning goals. So 3 things that you want to understand by the end of this training. You might not even know what they are yet since you just got your materials today. So if you want to fill that out before the next session, that would be good. And then number 3, how I will make it happen. Level 1, we're going to be completing a business plan. Level 2, complete a business plan and commit to the written plan. And level 3, complete a business plan, share it with my coach or peer partner who is committed to my personal growth and execute my plan by checking my activities and results against it weekly, monthly, and annually. There's your goals of the course. Understand the power of the 5 fundamental models, create a business plan, and then execute your plan. That's the whole goals of this course. Okay, models of the MREA are the result of the latest research from interviewing hundreds of highly successful real estate agents across brands and locations. These models are proven to contribute to your success. The first habit of self-discipline is to pursue models of excellence in all areas of your life that are truly important to you. Models of excellence are found in practices of top performers. Following the models and business habits make predictable results with less effort, and through with great models provide shortcuts to great thinking. So what is a model? A model is a pattern of something to be made, an example for imitation, serving as capable of serving as a pattern to be imitated. Gary Keller talks about that a lot. Models are strategic actions based upon someone else's actions that got the desired results you want. If you want results like someone else, then just start by following their model. Do what they do, begin with models. So. Okay, when you begin with proven models and then add creativity, you create a stable business for which you will have a chance of achieving your highest possible results. If you begin with creativity and then try to add a model, or if you try to add creativity to a model you haven't fully implemented, you risk rendering the model completely ineffective. This is an example of an unstable business. MREA provides you with a set of models that are based on the actual experiences of the best in the industry. Once you have implemented these models, you feel you have a thorough understanding of them, innovate around them to see if you can improve the results. Okay? Reinventing the wheel can be exhausting, and it leads to breakdowns and burnouts. So implement improving models before innovating. So we are going to go through and explain breakthrough to higher achievement. So they can see this, right? The Zoom
I have it
people?
on here, yeah.
My Zoom folks. So right here is your natural ability, okay? And then this is your natural achievement ceiling. See the dotted line that goes through? Well, you'll hit a ceiling to your natural ability, and then you start to go back down, all right? Then if you add, this is kind of like a natural ability of your creativity that other model was talking about, then you add the foundational models that have been proven, and then voila, you've added that creativity along with a model, and then you have a breakthrough. So then you go up to that new achievement ceiling where that creativity still is, you're adding that again, and then you need to improve your models, okay? Did you get all your materials, Tracy? Go to the front desk. So you go to improve models to add to that creativity, and then you'll have yet another breakthrough, and you'll add your creativity again, improve your, so it keeps on going, okay? So you just keep on improving your models, improving the systems in the models. With your creativity, you have a breakthrough and you'll go to a new achievement ceiling. So you can't run a race without what? To really be successful in running a race, what do you have to do? Yes, you got to prepare. Like, does a marathon runner not run at all and then just run out there and run a marathon? No, he trains and he does a little, I don't know if any of y'all are runners, but it is actually amazing in what they do. My daughter is. And I was like, well, why did you run 10 miles today, but only 3 miles? She said, Mom, it's a system. It's a proven system. Okay. Well, that's what Gary Keller is going to show you. He has proven systems. All right. Let's see. So natural ability only takes us so far. Everyone encounters the ceilings that I just talked about. This is where your creativity added to the proven models will help you have those breakthroughs. Models provide two things: business stability and breakthrough strategy. So the breakthrough model is the E2P, Entrepreneur to Purposeful model. One of KW's 6 personal perspectives. E2P cannot be achieved by sheer will. It takes accountability, which we will get to later in the course. All right. I jumped ahead. Sorry. Okay. So we stall out sometimes because of a mindset of fear, limited thinking, or doubt. So we're going to explore myths and truths. Oh, great. I get to give you a personal example talking about myths and mindsets. So mindset, a person's way of thinking instead of opinions. Here's one. I don't need models. You use models now. They're how you get things done when results matter. You don't want models that limit you. You want models proven that grow with you. These are myths and mindsets. Models limit my freedom. Models actually set you free because you can make better decisions more quickly and have a better life as a result. Models are just opinions. Models based on the success of others that are implemented properly deliver predictable outcomes that are proven. That's not an opinion, okay? The model will not work for me. A model will work for you if you follow it because why? It has predictable results. I don't need to change. I'm getting all the results I want. Well, then my question to you would be, why are you doing this class? If you are completely fine with where you are and you don't think you need to change your results. So basically, as you grow, you'll want better and better models. If it matters, good enough is usually not good enough, right? Okay. So now that you know myths to overcome and avoid, you know that how you do think about your business matters, just as important as removing limited beliefs and doubt from the mind in order to be highly successful. So there are 3 foundational mindsets that all top agents have. Think powered by a big why, okay? Think big goals and big models. Let me get to this next slide. Hold on. Okay. So think powered by the big why. Think big goals and big models. Think value in customer service and experience. Think competitively and strategically. Think action and accountability. Think talent, systems and standards. Think knowledge and skills. Think persistence and resilience. Think profit. So to be a millionaire real estate agent, you got to think like a millionaire real estate agent. And then the foundation, you see the foundational ones are 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then 4 is a crossover through 9 for supportive. Okay. When we get to the economic model, that will be taught by Crystal next week. She's our numbers girl. You're going to be coming in with the mindset profit. Think profit, think profit, think profit. Okay. Okay. So going through these right here, thinking like a millionaire, what are you doing? You're thinking, you're changing your mindset. So the concept of big why about having an identifying your purpose, your mission, or need that motivates you to get up every day and do what you are going to do. So there is an exercise. Think powered by your big why. This is your turn. So you're going to go into your manuals and there should be a page where you're going to write your big why. And that is on page 7. So big because you are after extraordinary results. Why is the reason you get up every day to do what you do. So the big why powers your big life. So your why should be written, your purpose, your mission, and your need, what fuels you with your focus and energy, and the powers your action. So go ahead and do that now. And I'm supposed to remind all of y'all to think big doing this exercise. That good and good enough is not enough. Doing your best and being your best is part of what is your big why. Keep in mind your whys can change over time. Today, your big why may be to get control of your business, finances, or it might be to get out of debt, or to save for your children's education, or even save for a family vacation, or an addition to your home. Big whys are different for each of us and at different times of our lives. So even through this MREA course, think big, choose the why that motivates you right now. Okay. People have many whys. That's reasons that drive them. And a lot of little whys will add up to the big, big why. Okay. Would anybody on Zoom like to come off mute and share with you your big why? Michelle?
Voluntold.
Wow.
I have one.
Wow. Oh, Jennifer's got one.
Okay, go ahead, Jennifer.
My big why is financial independence and a personal sense of success.
That's awesome. How about anyone else?
And Cassandra's is her children. She has beautiful kids.
Anybody sharing? I can't. Okay. All right. How about in the classroom? Anybody would like to share their big why?
I want to leave a legacy behind for my family, while freely giving to those who need help. And I want a career that allows me to spend time with my family, as opposed to a traditional 9-to-5 job. biggest things are important.
That's awesome. Okay, it's asked me to share my big why. And it's so funny because as I was sitting here thinking, my big why when I got into this business in 2004 was honestly, me and my husband at the time went through a real estate transaction, and I was so incredibly disappointed, but how I felt like we were treated and just the nonchalantness of our realtor at the time. And I feel like I was doing all the work, and this was back when internet wasn't its full force as it is now. So you can just imagine. And I'm like, no. I mean, so my big why, I wasn't even really thinking about the money at all. I never thought about the financial independence that Jennifer just talked about. My big why was, I think I can do this better to help families find the biggest purchase of their entire life. And I just know how I treat people and how I want to be treated. So literally, it was that big why what made me go ahead and get my license, because I wanted to, I guess, self-prove that I could do it better. Then, as I started getting into the business and I started making money, my big why shifted a little bit. I'm like, wow, there's a lot of money in this business. So I am going to develop some other financial tools that real estate can allow me to do while I'm treating people very, very well. And then now my big why, because it asks, what is your big why today? It's completely changed. My big why now, what gets me up every day is probably not even what you think. I just love this business. It's almost like I know a toy in a Cracker Jack box response, but I'm not kidding. I love helping other agents achieve their big why. And that's my why. My why is if I give Tracy a piece of advice and then she uses it, and then she often, and then she'll say, Alice, I did exactly what you suggested and it worked. It was awesome. Do y'all know that just filled my entire love bucket of what I do? And it had nothing to do with finances. It had nothing to do with money. So it's like I'm going in a full circle of real estate because I have been where y'all are, and everybody's whys are so different. But now my why is just, I get excited when y'all get excited. I get excited if I had anything to do with your success in any kind of way. That's a win for me because it's a win for you, right? So, that we are going to, all right, so think big goals, big models, set your 1 year net income goal based on your someday goal. Don't forget, Gary Keller will always tell you, whatever you first think it is, add to it, because he wants you to think what? Big. Think big. Big, big, big. Think action and accountability. Set up your system for accountability. And this is when you just take a partner. I could be your accountability person, or maybe Randy would be yours. I don't know. It's whoever. It could be your own spouse. But be careful. I give halt if it is somebody in your family that doesn't even understand what you're doing. I would probably find an accountability partner that is licensed. But that's just what I think. So there is is this next in your book? Because I have something different. Okay. All right. So don't look at that real quick. So next in your book, does it look like this?
Yeah.
Okay. Think big goals and big models. Climbing a big mountain is a big goal. A big goal takes a big plan. George had said you have to plan to run a race. You have to plan to get on top of that mountain. So goal setting to the now. So as you see, they have a someday goal, a 5-year goal, so it's going down. A 1-year goal, a monthly goal, a weekly goal, a daily goal, and a right now goal. Your right now goal could be, I just want to get through this course. You know, I want to learn enough to feel, you know, it could be anything. Michelle's been in business for 8 years. Her right now goal is going to be very, very different from somebody who just got started. Does that make sense? So that's where you put that in. And your top one is, where do you want to be, like way down the road? Your someday goal. My someday goal is retirement. Someday I am going to retire, but I can promise you this, I am never going to give up a real estate license, because there's always leverage in having a real estate license. Okay. All right.
So do we go with the partner right now?
Huh?
Do you want to get with the partner right now and do it, or
No,
is that for the future?
I'm just
Somebody-
saying,
I got you.
you're going to be thinking about who your accountability partner is. Okay. The second millionaire mindset, or your big goals, big models, great achievements in life are the result of thinking big and aiming high. Small goals tend to place limits on our potential. We tend to slow down once our goals are within reach. So small goals, by definition, are almost always within our reach. So we end up achieving them quickly, but then we never get a chance to build up a head of steam. So when we pursue larger, ambitious goals, big goals, we have the chance to build up so much momentum that it carries us right past all those little small goals we have, because we're looking at the prize. Okay. Our mindset is that big goal. So you're just rushing through all the little small goals to get there, if that makes sense. Climbing a big mountain. Oh, it gives me a little example of climbing a mountain. So let's imagine for a moment that you've decided to climb your very first mountain.
Will it
Your
bother
goal-
you if I have?
Your goal, Mount Whitney in California. It has an elevation of 4418 meters, which is 14,494 feet. Your target, though, is Mount Everest in Nepal, elevation 8848 meters, almost double. Well, actually, it is a little more than double, 29,028 feet. By setting Mount Everest as your target, you ensure that you will know all the systems and skills necessary to pull you easily through your goal to climb Mount Whitney. Okay? Truth. If you set your path toward climbing Everest and only get halfway up the mountain, you will still be in the top 1% of the highest mountaintops in the world. In fact, if you only reach the Everest base camp of elevation 17,500 feet, you would still be 3,000 feet higher than any mountain peak in the entire United States. You would have achieved your goal by climbing Mount Whitney. Point out that often what happens with goals, most agents set goals to what? Yes. Most agents will set goals too low. Why do you think that is?
Fear. Their comfort, fear.
Fear is one, definitely.
Yeah, they're afraid to get out of their comfort zone and reach for it.
Exactly. Fear and afraid to get out of their comfort zone. And you want a little personal win, right? I'm going to set this goal low that I know I can make so I have a win. Okay? It's very, very common. So, but don't do this. Don't set your goals too low. Setting big goals and going after them will allow you to build a career worth having a business worth owning, a life worth living, experiences worth giving, and God, your word, a legacy worth leaving. Did you cheat? Did you? I'm just kidding. The power of goal setting to the now, from The One Thing. The One Thing is a book that Gary Keller wrote. Has anybody in this room read it? How about on Zoom? Has anybody read The One Thing? Okay, so really quickly, I read the book, The One Thing. It's probably one of my favorite books in the real estate industry, but it doesn't even have to be about real estate. It's when you take your life and you do a little bit of this, and then you do a little bit of this, and 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 your life is a plate of spaghetti. I had done that. I was trying to do way too much. And what Gary Keller will say, if you do one thing and you concentrate on that one thing, you will do it well using the models and systems, but just do that one thing. Example, I just like using Tiger Woods as an example because he started as a little puppy playing golf. But does Tiger Woods, now he does other things, but while he was in the golf mode, did he do anything else? Did he still, even though he had won a Masters and he had won all these golf competitions, did he still go out and practice every single day? It never stops. So, but he was really good at what he did and ran the race of golf doing one thing. Okay, that was my personal example. There's a book on Tiger Woods, and it kind of talks about that. Let's see. Gary Keller says we can be anywhere we desire to be in 5 years. So where do you want to be? That's where you would put in that 5-year goal. Where do you want to be in 5 years? So walk through the process of setting a someday goal to a daily goal to right now. Desiring to net $1 million could be a someday goal. That requires big goals for the 5-year mark, the 1-year mark, and even monthly, weekly, and daily goals. Point out that the 1-year goal must be enough to fund your lifestyle, pay your bills, and get out of debt. So the 1-year goal should be enough to fund your lifestyle, pay your bills, and get out of debt. Everybody's 1-year goal should look a little different.
You want us to write that?
Yeah, we want y'all, I want y'all to actually fill this in. This is your exercise. Zoom. Go
Does
ahead.
it have to be like financial, or can it be like an action, like the right now goal would be, first.
They're looking for financially. And your someday goal doesn't necessarily have to be a financial number. If that makes sense. It could. All right. So I just need 2 volunteers, and all we're going to ask is for you to share your someday goal. George.
Mine is probably similar to everybody else, financial freedom in retirement.
Okay. Does anybody else have anything different than financial freedom and retirement for a someday goal?
Put land in multiple properties.
Okay. If you would to put a number on multiple properties, what would that be?
At least over 10.
Okay. All right. So the 5th millionaire mindset, because it's essential to success with any endeavor, is execute, as action. So action with accountability. And it's time to execute a plan. So since taking action requires maintaining focus on a goal, how good are you maintaining your focus over time? Prolonged focus on the same issues can feel like a routine. Routine can lead to boredom. When boredom sets in, attention will start to drift. And when your attention drifts, the craving for novelty creeps in and doing something new starts to appear more and more appealing. Okay. Lots of people get very, very bored in what they do. When they feel like they had accomplished what they wanted to in that particular job or that particular career, they start looking for something new. Okay? Do you feel that they set little goals to create that boredom so soon, or did they have a big goal? Yeah. Or none at all. That's perfect. Some people just, they flounder out there and they live life each day by day, and they don't have a plan and they don't have a goal. So does anybody here or on Zoom have a vision board? Does anybody have a vision board?
I've had one.
How did it work for you?
I think it was more subconscious than anything, because I would walk past it, sit at my desk and look at it, and not even consciously think about it, but I think it's always motivated me subconsciously. I don't know that
Right.
it's something that was just like blatant in my face all the time.
So if you don't have goals, okay, and even if you have a goal but they're not present where you can't see them, it's like out of sight, out of mind, and you drift. So I encourage everybody to, whatever their big why is and their someday goal is, post it somewhere. Post it somewhere where you can see it. I had a gentleman that worked for me in Richmond. He had a vision board in his office, in the Mechanicsville office. And it was some hot rod, very, 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 very expensive car. And I would just, at first I'd like, you're so silly. You're so silly. He said, that is my goal. He wanted that car so bad. Well, I will tell you, he bought that car. And he did it in his first 3 years of real estate. His goal was that car. That was his big why. I'm going to own that car. And every day he came to work, he had to look at that car on his vision board. So mindset and having it present, it can work. Let's see. We are going to talk about, after you've now you're focused about what your goal is going to be. This is where accountability comes in. Accountability is an empowering process for continuous focus and refocus. Accountability picks up where time blocking leaves off, and you get the best accountability through a relationship that follows a regular refocusing process. Accountability shapes and reshapes your focus. It's a learning loop for seeing what you should be focusing on clearly, and a feedback loop for refocusing where your attention slides. Can you truly hold yourself accountable? Can anybody truly hold themselves accountable? Derek Keller says, no, you cannot.
Very, very few people can.
Yeah, yeah. It's a process that works best when done with someone else. Obviously, it's hard over time to hold yourself accountable, especially on tough goals. Accountability is about defending your activities to an objective observer. So keep track of your numbers. Your goal numbers may be the target, but they mean nothing if you're not taking regular measurement of your progress toward them. At any point in the game, you've got to know the score and how far ahead or behind you may be. Otherwise, you're going to be in a position to have to make meaningful adjustments. So if you put, I'm going to have 10 listings in 3 months, so that's about 3 lists. Well, one has 5 weeks. Say 9 listings in 3 months. So 3 listings a month. And let's say month number 1 goes by and you got 2. Well, you better hustle up, right? So you now know, oops, I didn't get my 3 in that first month. So I can't stay on the same ride of 3 the next month, and so on and so on. But that is doable. That is doable. But you got to have the goal to be able to work toward it. And that's the plan that George was talking about. So the more often you go by this process of accountability, the better your ability to maintain your focus on the activities. So who holds you accountable today? Tracy, who holds you accountable today?
Well, that's not a very nice question, Alex.
I'm supposed to ask.
I know.
It said Tracy in her.
I know.
Yeah, it says, ask Tracy who holds her accountable.
Wow, I know one right now. I'm an island unto myself, and that's a part of it. It's just hard to stay focused when you're your own boss, your own administrator, your own doer, your own shaker, your own lead gen, your own everything. And so, yeah.
A lot of self-conversation.
But not really, because you don't have time to talk to yourself.
All right, so I'll give an example, and I hope she doesn't mind. I don't think she would mind, because Teresa's very open book. So our owner principal of this Keller Williams office, Teresa Grant, her accountability partner, she actually pays for. It's called a Max Coach through the Keller Williams program. And she has a coach called, is it every week, Shora?
I think so.
Yeah.
She was on, she just got off.
Oh, I would ask her, but she is an accountability coach. And he or she, I'm not sure who it is, holds her accountable. And I can remember I gotta go because I got all this stuff to do for my coach. So she has set her goals. Her coach has her goals, and then her coach holds her accountable based on her own goals she made. But she works a little harder and smarter because she knows she's got to get on that call, which she pays for, to hold her accountable for her business goals.
What is that?
MAPS is, what does MAPS stand for? Stands for something. Personal coaching with the MA. She'll look it up. I will tell you before the end of the session. Frederica, what does MAPS stand for?
Mega Achievement Productivity Systems.
Mega Achievement Productivity Systems. That's the MAPS coaching. All right, just jot down somewhere on your page. I'm not going to make you share, Tracy. Who helps you right now? Or if you have an accountability person, who is it? And if you don't think you have an accountability person, who other than yourself sort of makes you accountable? Just have that little name in your little thing. Okay. So once you have a plan, you execute your plan, you hold yourself accountable by staying focused on the task. Individuals with written goals are 42.1% more likely to achieve them. written goals, 42% more likely to achieve them. Now get this statistic. Individuals with accountability are 77.6% more likely to achieve them. Why is this not a slide? Okay. Okay, so do y'all have this in your book? All right, there's not a slide for that, but I'm glad you have it in your book. So we're on page 2.11. So you set goals, you do the activities. It's a loop, it's accountability loop. Do the activities, you measure the results, you evaluate the process, you make adjustments. Now you set your goals based on this loop, you do the activities, you measure results, evaluate the process, you make adjustments. So having that accountability partner, do you see, you set the goals, you're doing the activities, where does that accountability start to pop in? They're going to ask you about the activities by measuring your results. They're going to evaluate how that worked, and they're going to make adjustments. Okay? So that's where they go, now Riley, now we have this goal, and show me what you did this week in your activities, so I can evaluate the process of why the results weren't where I thought they would be, right? So you're gonna have to make some adjustments to be able to set the goal you made. So instead of maybe the 10 calls you made today, your accountability person says, Riley, you're going to have to make 20 calls a day, right? So that's an example. Okay, now we're at the 411 tool. This is the accountability tool. 411 stands for 4 weeks, 1 month, and 1 year. So 4 weeks, 1 month, and 1 year is a productivity tool that drives your goal setting from the desired end results to the present. It's not a to-do list. It's a have-to-do list. It is designed to help you set both long-range goals, which are results, and short-range goals, which are your activities, which brings those results to fruition. The 411 is not designed to be used as a self-managing list. The most successful agents who use 411 in consultant relationship is to keep them on track. Whether it's consulting with your team leader, your productivity coach, a peer partner, or a formal coaching relationship, formal coaching relationship, the 411 can serve as the centerpiece of your accountability focus. So set in motion today with your 411 may not translate to results immediately. There is no quick solutions. It takes implementing a system, and result may start showing up in 6 months to a year. This tool will help you stay focused on the goals and activities to your final business plan. There's options for accountability that you can use more than one, as top agents do. It's your 411, that's your action sheet, your peer partner, script partner, team leader, productivity coach, or MAPS coach. There it is. We will build 411s around models we learned through this course. And so you're going to be using this as the models you start to learn in the course. Okay. The version of the 411 to use: job goals, business goals, financial goals, or personal goals. So let's say I have a personal goal to knock off the 20 pounds that I gained during COVID. I could use literally the 411 action goal sheet for this, for a personal goal. Okay. No, it's not there. So do y'all have this? Okay, you do. I'm looking at your thing. Okay, so the 411 action goal sheet. There's your annual goals, year, and you just go across annual job goals, business goals, personal, financial goals, personal goals, monthly goals. So what does this do when you see all the different categories? Can anybody tell me? It keeps your life in what?
Focus.
Focus is good. I'm looking for
Balance.
balance. Because if you're all work, business, financial goals, but you don't incorporate some personal goals in there, think of it as a pie, like a pie and with 4 quadrants. You're going to be imbalanced if you focus so much and get exhausted trying to work on your business goals, because personal goals are very important. Personal goal could be a trip that you want to take your family. I know, Riley, you have a little one, right? Who has a little baby? You do?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So 6 months. So your personal goal could be, I am taking my baby to Disney World at age 4, and we're gonna stay on the property and we're gonna have a heck of a time. But that could be a personal goal, right? So just don't forget about that. I think that's very, very important. We all have them. All right. So, okay, we have Shalaya in the audience. This is great for Shalaya. It's talking about how our command system at Keller Williams actually can be used, this technology, to enter and track goals as part of your accountability. So you could use command as part of your accountability partner. KW believes technology exists to simplify everyday life, making room for what truly matters: your family, yourself, and your client relationships. The right technology gives you the freedom to be more human, more present, more everything, with more time and money to reinvest as you see fit. Command is driven by artificial intelligence that grows smarter as it's used and becomes your valuable silent business partner, helping you make decisions to effectively grow your business. Who is already using command? Travis, you're using it? Do you use it for this? For your goal setting?
No.
Okay.
Not yet.
Okay. I'm just gonna say, I get an appointment with, she's gonna kill me, but there's,
3 of the 5 in here don't have command yet.
yeah, so some of you don't have command. So when you meet with Shalaya, make a little note, hey, I want this to be part of my
We go
accountability.
over our goals and
Yeah, to put my
onboarding.
goals in. So she can help you with that. And then it says, get with your market center tech trader to help you with this. And it's right there. Okay. So, leverage command. We just talked about that. All right. This is what I really wanted to get to. I can't believe it's 1:57. Okay, guys, this is your foundational model of the MREA. It's also going to be in the book that we provided you. I want you just to read up on this entire section, but basically foundational models, a lot of people that's been to Keller Williams a lot of times, you're going to hear them say, they're not going to say the foundational model. You're going to hear them say the 3 L's. How are you so successful? Oh, I do the 3 L's. They have built their business of listings, leverage, leads. Listings, leverage, leads. Okay? So in that order, to succeed in real estate, you must have client leads. Focus on seller listings. Leads, listings, leverage, in that order. Leads, listings, leverage. Leads always being first. So focus on having client leads. Focus on seller listings. At the sales meeting, I'm going to give you a tool to help with your listings on Thursday. Listings are giving you high leverage, maximum earning opportunity in this industry. with the same amount of work, you can potentially double or triple your gross income. Why is that? Could you pick up a buyer at a listing? Absolutely, you could. Leverage is all about time versus money. Leverage comes from people, systems, and tools. Who will do it? How will they do it? What will they do it with? Together, the 3 L's form the pillars of any successful real estate business. The business plan you will create will consist of all 3 L's. So a business plan is very important of having one for your planning purposes, for checking on the health of your business. It's like taking the temperature, your business plan, and projecting the future of your business. Best advice for any small business is to create a business plan and follow it. Failure to follow a detailed plan is a predictor of a failed business. Real estate has a low barrier to entry. The time invested and capital requirement is minimal. Even the fees and dues to the market center and local board are low. To own your own, you are the CEO of your own little firm as an independent contractor. So in all grand scheme of things, it might look expensive when you first get in, but as a business owner of your business, you will find it's nominal, okay? Compared to like opening up a restaurant or something along those lines. Even so, instantly, we all have access to a multi-billion-dollar inventory of product to sell. So, Travis, the world is your oyster in the Commonwealth of Virginia. So your inventory lies out there. That's your business. When you're driving home and you're passing a neighborhood that you might not ever have frequented, maybe take a detour. Get to know what's between here and there that I pass every day and you've never driven in it. Check it out. What might you see? Kathy Lawson, I'm bragging on you. What might you see when you're driving around and you just did it? Is she still on?
I'm here.
Kathy, I'd love for you to share with the group.
Oh, my for sale by owner?
Yes, ma'am.
You might find an older gentleman mowing his grass when you go to write that phone number down. And he doesn't have transportation and he needs you to drive him around and find a place for him to live. So.
Isn't that something? She sees him mowing the grass, capitalizes on it, probably stalls as she's writing down the phone number, and they have a conversation with her husband in the car.
I don't recommend that part.
Yeah, she doesn't recommend that part. But when she told me the story, I was like, wow, Kathy, good for you. And she ended up getting, what did you end up getting out of that?
I talked to somebody about listing it, but I ended up selling him a condo. So he called me to drive him around and find something, even though he had someone else that was listing it. So he had it for sale by owner, but he had already talked to an agent about listing it. So
he was, go ahead, Tracy.
I have mine this Sunday. I made an appointment with one of my clients to see a house. So it had an open house from 12 to 2, but I didn't want to send my client. I'm not sending a client to an open house. So I went with them, made my appointment at 2 o'clock, showing my clients around, and somebody shows up at the door at 2:15. And the open house lady, looking for the open house, and the open house lady had already left because she had it at 12 to 2. So now she's my client. And that woman left out, she didn't want to be there, she was not, and ran out, and I told her I would show, and so, yeah, because she got lost getting to the open house. And so she's sniffing around like, oh, come on in, we're showing to you. And she's looking to buy and sell. So I had coffee with her this morning. Nice.
Check that out, guys. So part of your business plan would be go to the tail end of the open house and hang around.
Right, when the listing agent, they're ready to go and leave as fast as they can, there you are.
Well, thank you for
I
sharing,
think that
Tracy.
is my new strategy.
That is so funny. That is so funny. That's so funny. So, all right, let's see, business plan, what activity, we already talked about that. So a business plan, we're gonna do this and then we're gonna, try to wrap it up and go with action steps. So a business plan these are yes or no questions. Help me achieve the money I need for my lifestyle. Yes or no? Tell me how many appointments to attend each week to meet my goal. Yes. Help me control my business expenses.
Yes.
Help me identify when and how I can grow my business. Identify my lead generation strengths and opportunities.
Yes.
Help me determine when to hire help. Yeah, that's a story for another day. This girl didn't do it. And we can just have a 3-hour tour on Gilligan's Island on that. Save me time. Will a business plan save you time? Absolutely. So, recapping. 5 fundamental models that you are going to go over in this MREA for the next, I guess, what is it, 12 weeks, 13. The economic model, that's what's left over for you to achieve the amount of net income you desire. The lead generation model, you will need to generate X number of leads. 2. The budget model, which is, I believe, next week. No, that's the economic models next week. Spend X amount of money in specific areas to support these efforts. That's where you're going to learn, guys, what is your average cost to do that transaction. Okay? There is a cost to do a transaction. Marketing, if you're purchasing leads, you might see, and you have to have a measurement to see if it's working, or remember that circle, or you gotta what? Change it, okay? Organizational model, hire X number of people to service it. When and who you're gonna hire. Expansion model, that is, that's like giddy up time. That's when you're almost expanding to another whole location with you not even having to be there. Like that's a team leader expanding to another location. All right. Let's see. So a brief recap of what was covered today. Models before creativity, your breakthroughs, ways the millionaires think, the big why, the big goals, and accountability. Your 3 L's, which are 3 L's in order.
Leads, listing, leverage.
Leads, listing, leverage. Leads, listing, leverage. Y'all got it. Intro to a business plan. Intro to the 5 fundamental models right here up on the screen of the MREA. Power of ahas. I got an aha today with little Miss Tracy. Hanging out, booking a appointment to see a house after an open house and hoping for stragglers. That's an aha for me. I love it. What's another aha? Jennifer, do you have an aha just off what we covered today?
Oh, I'm overwhelmed.
Oh, are you?
Yes, it's all brand new to me and I'm loving it. Yeah.
Okay. Tyler, any aha?
Set your goals high. You can't never reach it too high.
So think big.
Yep.
Think big. All right. And then action steps would be to start on your 411 and you need a completion date. So I would think, I'm looking at the calendar, the economic model, it's going to be a lot. I would think, just based on what the economic model is, you might want to do your 411 after the economic model. So that gives you a lot of profitability. It's numbers. It's numbers. So that will be a good guide after that. And 2, 2, 3, just action steps. We need to do that 411. I say you need it complete before Monday, August 2nd, so you can already have your 411 done when Teresa Grant comes in here and teaches the lead generation model. I want you to read in your Millionaire Real Estate Agent. I think you should go over the 3 L's and look at all those examples. That could be an action step. And then think out loud and to yourself what action you need to take to have an accountability partner. Whether you want to use command, whether you want it to be a person, a team leader, a productivity coach, and so forth. But you got to involve them. You got to ask them. Can we sit down and do that? Okay. And that is it for today. Thank you guys on Zoom.
Thank you, Alice.
Thank you.
Went over a little, I'm sorry.
Thank you, Alice.
Thank you. Hard to do this in an hour.
Maybe you can set that as a big goal.
Oh, to do it in an hour?
Planning.